Let's get into some more news. Like I said, Colorado's in the news always, unfortunately, right now for this. But they've also been in the news in regards to some coaching changes very late in the season. And it's big. Like I said, they're starting spring ball today. They started spring ball today. Um, and last week they lost their defensive coordinator in Robert Livingston to the NFL, to the Denver Broncos, as I want to say pass game coordinator. They've lost the defensive line coach, Pico. I have it up here. I don't know why I'm not reading it. They lost Pico to the Pittsburgh Steelers and just recently have lost Warren Sapp. Also, we know that they've lost Marshall Faulk during the season. They lost Brett Bartolone during the season as well. And so it puts Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes in a tough spot. I have to be very honest. When you're getting ready to start spring ball, and we all know that the NCAA has made just one transfer portal. So you feel like you kind of got a team, you got a system, you're ready to rock and roll. And with the departure of those key components in coaching is huge. Like I said, you lost your D-line coach. You lost your tight ends coach. You lost Warren Sapp as well. And you lost Marshall Faulk. They elevated a coach named Chris Marv, who has some defensive coordinator experience, not much, but definitely has some when I believe he was at Virginia Tech. And he just started coaching in 2014, which is, I mean, a good amount of time. Don't get me wrong. But so far as the defensive coordinator aspect, he's had 2 years. And from what I can gather, he did a decent job, pretty good job. I guess the question lies. One is, why the late departures? We can only speculate. I mean, hey, who doesn't want a job in the NFL or go back to the NFL and Robert Livingston? However, I think he did take a tremendous pay cut, about $500,000 pay cut. Okay, so be it. Maybe it's a long game. That's cool. Hey, I'll take $500,000 pay cut today, but I can make that up on the back end as a coordinator, maybe even potential head coach, depending on how that goes later on. Then you lose the D-line coach, D'Amata Pico, to Pittsburgh. Okay. So, all right, cool. We got Warren Sapp. And then Warren Sapp decides to depart. There's a lot of speculation. I can't speak to any of this, but there's a lot of speculation in regards to Warren Sapp. I don't know how to say this, but I call it part-time lover, man. You know, he's coaching, but he's not really coaching. He wants his free time. I've heard some reports. I've heard some talking heads on here say, well, he don't go to meetings. I don't know if any of that is true. I can't speak to any of that. But unfortunately, he's left the program as well. Their defense didn't fare well at all last year. They were ranked at the bottom when it come to rushing. I want to say 133rd or something like that. I mean, it was nothing to write home about. And here's what I'm going to say about the defense going forward. It is extremely young, coaching-wise, I'm saying. Not only that you've turned over, I think, the entire defensive players. I don't know how many they have coming back. I don't think any starters, potential starters, maybe some guys who played last year, but potential starters. And you're getting a brand new coaching staff pretty much the week before spring ball. And they're young. You replace Robert Livingston with Chris Marv, probably the most experienced on there. Von Bell becomes the assistant safeties coach. I don't know if he's had any coaching experience prior to his playing days of a 9-year veteran. Played with the Saints, played with Cincinnati, played with the Carolina Panthers. He totaled 750 tackles, 8 interceptions, 16. All that's great, but it has nothing to do with coaching. Dante Carter, the defensive line coach now, and this is what I heard. I heard that Dante Carter was elevated to the defensive line coach, like the head defensive line coach over Warren Sapp. I don't know if that's what caused Warren Sapp to leave, resign. It could be other things. I don't know. But Dante Carter has very little experience. He was a graduate assistant last year and just finished playing at Texas College in 2024. He just finished playing in 2024 was a GA in 25, and is now the defensive line coach in 26. That is zero experience. Aaron Fletcher is the cornerbacks coach. He was a defensive coordinator at Abilene Christian for 24-25. Coached at Tulsa for some time, Missouri, Arizona State, and Ole Miss. Trying to think who else. Coach Hart, I believe, is going back to the linebackers coach. Coach Mathis back to the cornersback coach. It's some turmoil there, and I would love to hear you guys part about it. Like I said, I stopped doing the Colorado show because I felt like I was just piling on, and I felt like I wasn't helping. I felt like it was just a bash session. And the reason I'm talking about them today really solely is because of the news with Dominique Ponder passing, and of course all the coaching changes. And again, I'm still a businessman, so these are the hot topics, and this is what we're going to talk about. But there's a lot in here that I believe this is going to be a tough season. This is going to be a tough season, man. Hopefully, Coach Prime and the staff can, do a phenomenal job and get 9 games. I don't think so. I think it's going to be super tough. You got all new faces. I think you only got 3 or maybe 4 returning starters on offense. Most of the guys, I can't say all, but most of the guys that contribute last year have left. Draylon Miller, Omarion Miller. I think Dallin Hayden has left, if I'm not mistaken. All the running backs gone. The receivers are gone. Thank you, Bishop. A new athletic director. This is tough work right here, man. Coach Prime is ill. He's got sickness. There's a lot going on in Boulder, boy. And I hate to say this, it just doesn't look positive. If they can come through this and they can fight through this, boy, it'll be amazing. Not even looking at their schedule. Let me look at their schedule before I get to my going too far, and I'll open this up with Shaka on the line already. I see you, Shaka. I got you. Give me 1 second, buddy. If I look at their schedule right now, geez, they start off with Georgia Tech. Let me put this up here on the screen. Holy smokes. So they start off with Georgia Tech, Weber State, Northwestern, Baylor, Texas Tech, Utah, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Arizona State. But they got Utah twice. Am I looking at this wrong? They're going to play Utah. Oh, Houston. I'm sorry. Houston, Cincinnati, UCF. I mean, I hate to say it. The schedule is not overly hard. Like, if there was some more continuity in here, I would feel positive saying they could win 8 to 9 games. But with all of these changes, all of this stuff going on, hell, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's tough.